Drugs are available to us more so than things that are legal, like alcohol. We can easily obtain them and use them. Things like whipped cream and cough syrup.
Yeah, I've come home like completely thrashed.
Several deaths from overdoses in the past that I know of.
Yeah, well, a lot of times people, they think that can't happen to me. It's rare that someone dies on it, and they just continue with it because they think it won't happen to me, and it does.
She began cutting and burning herself because there were issues going on in her life that she just didn't want to deal with, and that was her way of just escaping from everything and just getting away from it.
As a parent, whether or not it's right or wrong, you're going to want to look and see what's going on, and I think that that's just human nature. I think that I would want to do that for my kid. I would want to do that for my parent, just if it's that protective nature that makes you want to look and make sure that there's nothing going on that shouldn't be, because God forbid there is something that could be more dangerous. You would want to find out.
Underage people drink.
Like at parties, alcohol just loosens people up. Like the party could be completely dead, and then finally when people start drinking, get a little buzz on, the party livens a little bit.
On several occasions, I've woken up with a headache. I can't remember how I got there. Sitting in a chair or whatever, just I wake up and I'm like, wow, that must have been a fun night, but then I got this ringing headache. And
alcohol also, it tends to influence people to do other things like drugs when you're under the influence of alcohol, or to have sex. It just is a major influence to drive you to do other things that you normally wouldn't do.
Not every time you do it, it's gonna harm you. It's just there is that chance that, there's gonna be that one time that something's gonna happen. And until you get that scare, until you know someone, and there's the addiction factor.
Like what it's going to do to you if it's not yours. It can be prescribed for certain things and you're taking it for others, and it could really mess you up.
People sell drugs at school, corners, parties, anywhere you go you can get them.
Some people choose to take drugs, some people don't. I mean, I don't know. Some people use it as an escape, some just do it occasionally.
If your friends are doing it and it turned out fine for them, well, it's going to turn out fine for me.
And I was with him the whole night, and it seemed fine, everything. We're all having a good time. And then next thing you know, we come inside and he's on the floor not breathing. And it was a pretty tragic moment when you have a good friend of yours overdose in front of you. And not a lot of people really took from it. And it's just kind of scary when you know a lot of your friends that it could happen to them.
It happens right before my very eyes, and I've had so many people that I know OD and die, and a couple of close friends to me.
Kids taking these pills and either getting sick or having to go to the hospital and get their stomach pumped, or even dying.
After we hear about something tragic, as far as someone dying, we get taken aback for a few minutes, and then the next weekend we're going out doing our thing again, and I think a lot of it's living in the moment and not really knowing what the consequences are, and sometimes getting screwed up and taking the wrong path.
Internet harassment has really altered the use of the internet. As the internet was originally invented for information, it's now being used for so many things, and it's just it's terrible. It's really tragic, but at the same time all that more avoidable. But people do what they do, and they get sucked in and seduced to what they want.
There's a lot of dangers with putting personal information online.
It's an easier way to get to know younger people if you want to abuse them sexually or mentally. It's a predator's dream.
Well, yeah, pop-up ads, pornography, everything, it's all over the internet. Everyone gets them, whether they say they do or not.
Yeah, I believe a lot of people lie when they make online profiles.
All these decisions on photos and not knowing who they're talking to and the ages and all the false information that they're getting, they're just relying too much on it, and it's something that really needs to be taken into action.